Hi, I am working hard in the garden today. I have cleaned up some of the area that I was weeding yesterday. I've dug up a couple of my perennials to move them, and I'm just going to show you what I have in mind. Okay, in this section the shadows are kind of weird, but I have these awesome geraniums that I was showing you the other day, the Boom Chocolata geraniums. I have 5 of them, and I had them spread out in a drift, and they're only supposed to get like 2 feet wide eventually. So the way I have them, they would probably end up touching, but I'd like them to be more overlapping. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to dig up these 2 and put them kind of closer, scattered, one behind and one in front of these 3 right now. The other thing that I've done so far is I've been raking some of the weeds that I pulled yesterday. I'm pulling some more. I've removed 3 of the Pugster blue butterfly bushes. They are going to stay very short, and they're going to stay very short in comparison to regular buddleia. I had them kind of in a zigzag through the middle here, but I'm going to be planting things much taller over here. I've dug them. I have them on the ground over here. They're going to be replanted shortly, and I'll show you my plan for this section later on. And I've also pulled out one of the blushing helianthus. It was over in the center section, and I'm moving it so I'll have a trio over here on this side. Okay, so I'm moving some of, I just dug up one of my geraniums, and I saw something fuzzy. Here's a foot, and at first I was so scared because I thought it was a dead animal, and it's not. It's little tiny baby rabbits. It looks like there's a few in there, and so I am just going to cover them back up. Oh my gosh, I am horrified that I might have almost hurt one, but thankfully I didn't. Oh my gosh, I just want to snuggle them, but I'm not going to. I hope I didn't scare them too badly. Okay, because I'm going to give those baby rabbits lots of space. I don't want to disturb them at all. I don't want the mother to abandon them or anything. I am working on the other side of this main garden bed. I'm transplanting one of the helianthus from the center island over here, and here is a great example of our soil using the big power planter auger, which has been absolutely fantastic because it cuts through all this nonsense. I'm going to be amending it with some composted manure, a little bit inside the hole, and then top dressing the area around it. In this section, you can see we have this Kniphofia. Watching garden videos on YouTube a couple weeks ago, one of the channels I watch is Janie on Dig, Plant, Water, Repeat. I love her. My wife commented on how much she loves her Kniphofia, and I think the plants are really, really cool. I love that they have this grassy texture, I don't love the bright orange and red ones. But then when I was at our nursery, almost like a day or two later, they had these, which are solar flare. So they have these bright yellow blooms, and they seem to bloom later than the red ones. And I think they're really cool. When I was out at the garden center yesterday, Dwayne's here in Lake Odessa, they had 2 more. And so I grabbed a couple more. So now I'll have 5 that I'll be forming a drift in through here. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't have combined these two really. The yellows in these two are pretty different. I mean, this is like a really warm color, and those are so bright. They're like chartreuse. But in this bed, I have a lot of blue from the salvia and pink and purple. So I think once everything's filled in, having some colors between the 2 yellow plants, I think it'll be okay. And if it's not, then we'll move them. I'm done working in the garden this morning. May come back out a little later on, and I'll keep you updated about the bunnies. And I'm going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so yesterday I came in and I weeded down, starting here and around the outside edge of this center portion of like my windmill garden. Today I came through along this side here, weeded all in through here. I weeded this whole section and then moved some things around. This is where the bunnies are, and so once I found those, I abandoned the area, and I'm going to let it be, make sure they're safe and healthy. I'll just kind of check back on them periodically, but those weeds can live on. So in here, I transplanted some of the Dusty Miller from over more inward into this island. I have lots of snapdragons. Some of them have grown sideways and then up, but the blooms on them are gorgeous. And even though they're kind of wonky, I'm going to let them be. Daisies, cosmos coming in through here. These are the Boom Chocolata geraniums that I moved in closer together. I love their dark foliage and their pretty purple flowers. These are seed dahlias, so they're very, very short. We have these box elders on everything. Just like a variety. They're so pretty. This section I'm going to be working on in the coming days, and over here is where I weeded and transplanted a few things today. So I have more seed dahlias, snapdragons, zinnias. These are the butterfly bushes that I just moved. They look sad. They just got transplanted, watered in, and I'm just going to give them some time and they should perk back up. Then now there are 5 of the Kniphofia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 helianthus, and some of the pink salvia. And so I'm going to take a break, head inside. Our new tiller has arrived, so we're going to be working on putting that together so that in the coming days I can work on moving those plants down there and tilling a wide bed in through this way to put a flower field, which is going to be beautiful. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.